All right, what's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Welcome to I forgot to drop Amanda out. I apologize. But it's live, ladies and gentlemen. This is not AI Snoop Dougie. This is actual Snoop Dougie. Just watch my eyes. I do have notes. I do refer to a script. But welcome. Let's do the romper room thing. I see Dana. Thanks for joining us. Totally Thrifty. What's up? Kim Koala Trading Company. Carolyn, thanks for being here. One Girls Vintiques. Brian Hargis, thank you for taking the time out of your busy, complicated schedule. Trish is here, ladies and gentlemen. Gina, what's up? Debbie's here. Hey, thank you, Totally Thrifty. So everybody across the country, hopefully you're doing all right with all this weather. So just touching base on that. Hopefully you're doing okay. But welcome to the List Perfectly Reseller Discussions show live with Claire and Amanda. A special guest, very special guest this week, the amazing Liz Hall. So we're going to welcome Liz to the show. She's a full-time seller with a knack for turning arts and crafts into profitable ventures. Clara and Amanda and Liz will share her experiences, strategies, and tips that have made Liz a standout seller and figure in our community. And she also loves Listing Party. She sometimes even comes to the Snoop Dougie show. So thank you so much, Liz. And Liz is here listening. They're in the green room, getting ready, getting all pumped up to come in. What's up, Sparky Closet? Terry from Arizona. Nice to see you. And then, as we go, we ask that you, if you're enjoying the show, give us a thumbs up, give us a like, comment with any questions or, any tips or any responses. And then we love likes, we love comments. We also really love shares and subscriptions. So be sure that you are subscribed and that you share. But first, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to the seller news. There's a bit of seller news this week, and I'm going to strive to be professional, ladies and gentlemen, because I am a professional. So rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep those doggies rolling. Keep those doggies moving raw high. Ladies and gentlemen, Poshmark has announced the details on PoshFest 2024, which you can get at the website poshfest.poshmark.com. And it's very exciting because it's in Nashville, Tennessee this year, September 5th and 6th. So if you don't know what PoshFest is, it's Poshmark's 2-day annual conference filled with interactive experiences to help you learn, grow, and have fun with Poshers IRL, as the kids say, in real life, ladies and gentlemen. Make connections, learn, and have fun. And so poshfest.poshmark.com is the website. Poshfest is an in-person event that sells out quickly, but go there for all the information. And they do have special deals at the Cambria Hotel and the Hyatt Centric. So they'll have special rates for Poshfest. So if you want to book, let them know. And since it's in Nashville, ladies and gentlemen, I suspect that they will have both kinds of music, country and Western. And by the way, if you hadn't heard, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, Poshfest should share and blend very nicely with List Perfectly*'s new Poshmark sharing tool. So that's in beta right now. We've talked about it. We're going to be rolling out more as we come, but that is a game changer. So definitely check that out. And again, Poshfest details, Nashville, Tennessee, poshfest.poshmark.com. And then, ladies and gentlemen, since it's Earth Month, our friends over at Kittison have shared some clothing recycling tips. And I didn't know some of these. Some of them I knew, but you can recycle clothing. And again, it's Earth Month. Next week is Earth Week. Next week is also Earth Day, also my wife's birthday. So she never lets me forget that. But here's some things to think about if you want to recycle clothing and help the environment, because I saw something the other day in, I think it was something from Africa, just piles and piles of clothing on beaches. And I don't think we realize where this clothing goes. Even a lot of it that is actually donated. And we don't realize, clothing sellers, how much we help the environment and help these clothing options get recycled. So first of all, try upcycling first. Patches, dyeing scissors can breathe new life into old items. Put some design on there. Maggie Weber, Refashion Hippie, does some great bleaching stuff. Companies like Retold Recycling and 4 Days offer options where you can bag clothes and send them in for recycling. local drop off points, search for nearby locations where you can bring your items to recycle. And then brands like H&M and other brands do provide clothing recycling services to help out. And next week, ladies and gentlemen, on the Seller Community Podcast, we're featuring Helpsy and learning more about their mission to keep clothes out of the trash and create honorable work. And by the way, this is very exciting. It is prom season, and prom is different now than it used to be. A lot of the kids, they go with their friends now. Some still do the dates, but at my son's high school, they do a big carnival thing. They bring in Ferris wheels and all that. But this is a good opportunity. People are still searching for prom stuff, still buying prom dresses. It's a big trending topic. I have a list here. Top colors are black, red, purple, pink, and green. Black's always good. Little black dress, ladies and gentlemen, or ladies or gentlemen, whatever you prefer. So, it's interesting that this is all still going on because proms are coming up, but there are going to be people looking for dresses. There are going to be people looking for outfits, looking for advice on like promposals and things like that. But if you want to take advantage of the selling opportunity, think about using the hashtags hashtag prom and hashtag prom dresses as well. And then earlier this week on the Refashioned Hippie YouTube channel, Claire and Amanda were guests and they talked about vintage selling and their experience. So go back and check that on Maggie Weber's Refashioned Hippie YouTube. Great chat, fun, lively. I think they laughed a lot and so didn't cover everything they wanted to get to, but I think we're going to do some more stuff. Dana Crawford has posted hashtag promposal in the art. Dana, are you asking me to prom? All right, I'll go. And this week's podcast episode was all about inventory management. This was a fun one because we had three very distinct styles that I've come to call Mama Bear, Daddy Bear, and Baby Bear. And so listen to that and you can find out who's who, but I'm the baby bear of inventory management systems. So, but see the differences, see what we do that's similar. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, more people are coming in. They're excited about Liz, excited about Claire and Amanda, and our reselling live Q&A with Liz Hall. And that is all the news that fits this week. So enough of my yakking. Don't forget Posh Fest. Don't forget Earth Week, Earth Month. Let's bring in our fabulous hosts, Claire and Amanda, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to your show, Claire and Amanda.
Welcome to this.
Ladies and gentlemen, please.
Thank you. Thank you. Like, what innovation. Incredible. Hi, everybody. Hello. Hi, Mandy.
Hey, everybody. Happy Friday.
Friday.
Happy Friday. What an interesting session today because I am Clara. I am the non-technical co-founder of Liz Perfectly, and Amanda is our technical co-founder. And Doug is our amazing director of content. But today we bring you more because not only we're going to be talking as usual ourselves, but we want to bring someone very, very special. Right, Doug?
Yes, of course. So I'll drop out and let you take over your show and you can bring in Liz. And if you need me, just say Snoop Doggy and I will appear. But you got 3 times like Beetlejuice.
Okay, Snoop Doggy. Okay. Oh, I did it. Ha!
I'm always close. Watch it. All right. Thanks, ladies. Have a fun show. And I will be back at the end to close it up.
Thank you, Doug.
Sounds good. Thank you. Hi, Brett. And let's bring hi, Liz. Let's all welcome Liz Hall, Pleasant Creations. Welcome, Liz, my love.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for having me on. I'm always excited just to be in the room with you all. But you know how much I love Liz Perfectly to begin with. So,
oh, thank you, Liz. You were saying something before we started the show. Would you mind saying, the thank you that you just gave to Liz before we went live? Because I thought that was very nice, Amanda.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Liz, on top of you being here to share your wealth of reselling experience, which we're so appreciative of, our team always talks about how appreciative they are of you. You've been a beta tester for us for over a year, I think, and your feedback and your help with getting the product has been invaluable, and the team absolutely loves working with you and loves the feedback that you give. So I mean, really, it's just been amazing.
Yeah, I
Yay.
was just I was just saying, Liz, on Instagram. I just went like literally like maybe 15 minutes ago, and I said one of the reasons that we're honored to have you as a guest is because when you answer questions, you're not trying to give an answer for people to like you. You tell it as it is, and you give your perspective as it is. And I really love that, Liz. I think that that makes you, you know, so important, okay, for our community, and the way you can help us also not only with our community but with Liz Perfectly and listing party, Mandy, because Liz is incredible. Liz, you're so you are like incredible. You attend many events, okay, mastermind, but also you're on the 24-hour channel. Tell us about your exposure with List Perfectly listing party community. How is why did you choose that? Because I believe you don't have social media channels, right?
I do not use social media channels.
Mm,
It could be a little bit of a lazy thing, but
yeah,
also I just try to focus my concentrating on reselling. But I have to say that I've never used a product like List Perfectly where it had a community to begin with. And so the community, just having that community is worth its weight in gold,
yeah,
period. And being able to come on mastermind or in the 24-hour room, even for me, I learn something every day when I am on with other people.
yeah,
And it gives me joy to help other people as well. I always say I'm kind of a teacher at heart, even though I've never been a teacher,
yeah,
not in the traditional sense.
yeah,
I always like helping people. So if they have a question, I always like to help them with their questions and try to help them in a way that is going to be useful to them, because we all run our businesses
huh,
very differently. So you have to say, this is how I do it, but you can
yeah,
use useful information for
yeah,
your business as well.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm so thankful. I mean, obviously we're thankful for all of the tips that you share with the community, but I always felt that I would learn a lot by sharing, by
Mhm.
giving of the knowledge that I have. I can learn because somebody else might come along and say, "Well, have I hear what you're saying, but have you tried it this way?" And then I'm like, "Wow." And then you're open to getting that knowledge and you learn even more and you continue growing. So I think that, I don't know about you, but for me it's always a pleasure to share because I feel like I'm actually getting a lot back in return.
And I feel that way as well. And you don't know what you don't know until you get it.
yeah,
So I didn't really know what I was getting into when I started with List Perfectly, because for me, it's so
uh-huh,
much more than just a cross posting platform.
yeah,
It has that inventory management thing. And again, like the amazing community where you can learn things. And there's no other place that you can do that on. And
yeah,
I'm not getting paid to say that, folks. I'm just
yeah,
telling you. Just very excited to use List Perfectly, because
yeah,
I'm one of those people, when I start using something, I really dig into it.
yeah.
And
We
so
can tell. Yes.
so it's helped me as well by being part of the beta team, because I can really like kind of dig into it and see the inner workings of what it has to offer. And boy, I tell you,
Uh,
I am every day. This is my work. I
yeah.
come to work. I go to List Perfectly. That's my office. And then I go to the water cooler, and that's the 24-hour room.
Yep.
And then I go to the conference room, that's the mastermind group, or whatever other listing parties that there are.
Yeah.
So I love coming to work because there's people there that are like minded, and they can help me as well. And sometimes I'll take like a few days break and not go in there. But then if I have a question, I have to go in. I'm like, hey, is there somebody here that can help me? And there's always somebody that can give me some insight. So I very much appreciate the other people as well. that are always there to help.
Absolutely. No, and thank you for mentioning. I was just sharing the listing party page with events that you just were mentioning about, and that list is so active. Liz, let's talk about your beautiful reselling journey. How long have you been reselling for, please?
I've probably been reselling probably for more than 20 years, but it
Nice.
was more on a hobbyist type of level for me
Really?
for a
How
long
was
time.
that?
I actually started selling on Amazon first,
No
Merchant
way.
Market, and I only sold used items. So people don't know that. You think you can only buy like new items on Amazon? You can
Yeah.
buy used items on Amazon also. So I started on Amazon and then I went to Etsy because I had lots of crafting type of things. I sold junk journals and the tools
Yeah.
for junk journals. And then I went to eBay. And then eBay became kind of my
Wow.
main platform, and I didn't really know what I was doing. And again, I always go all in. And so when I started doing eBay, I started looking up YouTube videos and how to do this, and I got excited. And then pretty soon, eBay became my number one.
Yeah.
But at some point, I was like, I need to be on the other platforms, and I tried to do it manually, and it was just too cumbersome.
Oh,
And somehow, I ran across the list perfectly. And I
wow.
said, I want to try this perfectly. And I started it and I was like, I'm going to put that aside. And then a few months later, I came right back because List Perfectly is really the way to go when it comes to cross posting. And I have not been sorry that I did that. So I definitely, it helped me to have my items seen on more platforms and it helped me to sell more things.
Yeah.
So I definitely, List Perfectly was the way to go. And
Yeah.
then again, List Perfectly is more than cross posting to me. It's that inventory management system. Like I couldn't live without, at this point, I couldn't live without List Perfectly
Yeah.
because I can manage my inventory. I've been using the QR codes, which I'm so
Oh,
excited about.
I love it. So how did that work for your inventory system?
Oh my goodness. At first I wasn't sure how I was
Yeah,
going
yeah,
to use the QR codes, but I said, they have those QR codes. I'm going to learn how to do that.
yeah,
And sometimes you have to just start doing things. And I started using the QR codes, and I quickly figured out a way to track things. It's
yeah,
like, and especially if you have a lot of like items, those QR codes are so important to track things from the beginning of the process to taking
yeah,
pictures. I have that QR code already. I've done the listing, and then that QR code lives with that product until it's sold, and it's more than I can even go into on here.
yeah. No, no, thank you
But
for
that inventory management, I start all my listings in List Perfectly because that's where all of my best information is at. So whenever I'm talking to somebody
yeah,
and they say, oh, I start my listings in eBay,
yeah,
I try to tell them why I do it this way and why I think it's a good way to put everything into List Perfectly. And so, because that's where all your best information is, it's at that's your warehouse. You
yep,
put it in List Perfectly, and then you push it out to your distribution centers, which
yep,
is Poshmark and Macari and Depop and Grail and eBay,
yeah.
and that works. And then all your best information is in List Perfectly. If you need to know something about your item, you go to List Perfectly. So that's how it worked for me. So just doing my inventory, I can just go straight to things, and I use my phone, and I hit that QR code, and I know that's the item that's sold.
Yeah,
And another feature that I was really excited about, of course,
yeah,
is the delisting feature when an item sells, because that's the main reason why anybody should want to use List Perfectly, because you don't have to worry about selling something twice on another platform. So, if you're
Amazing.
not using that feature, if you haven't opted into that, you all can plug that part into the pro, and if you're not using that feature, you're missing out. You're missing out. It's like so many features. I could go on and on. So you all
Yeah.
have to tell me when to shut up.
Oh, yeah. No, I appreciate you saying that. And I want to let everyone know that there was a question, how do I get access to these features? Well, you can too. You can use all the features that Liz is using for right now, from now until the end of the year. If you're signed up for the pro plan, it's a little button. You click an opt-in button, and if you don't know where that is, we have news. So we have a little help widget. You click on that, go to the news section, and we're going to tell you information about whenever there's a new feature. And we're always advertising, hey, new feature, new feature. We're going to show you where that button is. You opt in, and it's totally free. And then you get to try out all of these features that Liz is mentioning and more.
And I wanted to mention too, something else that I really, really love about you all is that you're very transparent about your product and what you're doing. And I've probably been using List Perfectly maybe for like a year and a half, maybe close to two. And just in that amount of time, you all have released so many new features. It's just incredible, and it always is for the better. And I really, really appreciate that. And I just wanted to let you all know that. I appreciate you all letting me use that. And again, you all, I'm not getting paid to say this.
Well, thank you so much for saying that. And I just saw a comment. When will auto delisting happen? That's actually the feature that Liz was talking about. You can access that too. Again, it's if you're on the pro plan, you just opt in and you get access to all these features. We've released the auto.
Mandy, is on beta the auto delist?
It's in Pro Plus right now.
No.
So
Is it on beta or not?
it's in Pro Plus. It's
Thank you.
specific.
That's why I was putting and not in beta. Okay, I put it there. Okay, so it's a solid feature. All marketplaces, zero extra, unlimited. Okay, delist, unlimited. All marketplaces, unlimited delists. You have 10,000 listings. We shall delist. Okay, 10,000. If you have 10,000 sales, hey, good for you. Okay, so we might become partners. Okay, so but back to this. Okay, so if you don't have List Perfectly, use discount code PC Goods. Okay, this is the PC Goods, a discount code for Liz, and you get a month 30% off on any List Perfectly plan. You're gonna sign up for the Pro plan, and then you're gonna opt in for the Pro Plus to get the auto delist, the sharing tool, the SKU, the SKU, the labels for your inventory management, and so much more. Right?
Listing assistant. Liz, how is listing assistant working for you? Do you use that feature?
If you ask me if I use anything, I'll probably say yes. Yes, I do. I use it because I started on the pro plan to begin with. And so I've always used like the pro descriptions. I use the listing assistant as well, the suggested descriptions. I use all that. And of course, I love love the new catalog is fast and the bulk edit is amazing. That saves me so much time. I just cannot imagine like doing things manually after, especially being able to use the bulk edit tool and to cross post things. And sometimes I forget when I'm talking to people that they might not be at that level, and I'm saying y'all need to up your level because you're gonna save time. You're basically gonna save a lot of time using all those features because a lot of the keywords will come over into the platforms from the List Perfectly listing. If you're using the pro description and the listing assistant as well. So I use it all. Everything that's there, I use it.
What about, I was just sharing your closet, okay? And you're a native Amazon seller. Then you went to Etsy. Then you went to eBay. And I'm assuming Poshmark was not at the top of your list. How is that situation with sharing? And now, have you tried our sharing Poshmark tool?
I said from the very beginning that Poshmark sharing tool is a game changer. That's a game changer because now I can have everything in one place to use.
Nice.
Because let's face it, if you're on Poshmark, if you're not sharing your closet, you're not selling anything.
Thank you. It's mind blowing. When we came from eBay and Etsy, Poshmark was our third platform. We're like, oh, this hurts. So true.
Yep, I think for a while, and this was before I started really digging into List Perfectly. I was on Poshmark, but I
Yeah.
wasn't sharing anything because I was one of those people. I said, you know what? I don't have time to share. I don't want to play those games. I just want to put my stuff out there and I want people to buy it. But then I learned very quickly that if you do not share your closet,
Yeah.
then nobody's going to be seeing anything. It's
Yeah.
just going to be sitting out there. You might sell something here and there, but it made it so much better to share. So now, all that, and I did do the sharing manually, and Poshmark had it, so they made it a little bit easier, but
Yeah.
still not easy to share things through their tools.
Yeah.
But the best tool, it's always if you can have everything in one place. So by it being within the List Perfectly kind of ecosystem, it makes it very easy because I told you I come in, I get up in the morning, I come to my desk, and I come go to my office, which is my List Perfectly.
Yeah.
So I can check and make sure that my Poshmark sharing tool is running. I don't have to do anything with that.
Yeah.
It's going good. Just check it every now and then because it is in beta.
Right.
And then I can go on with my day, do my listings, and I have my bank in there. So if I just want to just only list 5 things and keep some things in my bank, it's all in List
I love
Perfect.
how you call it your bank. Oh, I love it. Guys, do you understand? It's. I think that it's so crucial the way we speak. At sometimes we can call it the what is it, the death pile or whatever, or but it's so crucial when you say you call it your bank. I love it. With Amanda, we used to say we save in vintage. Literally, we would use up to the end of our savings and buy because we knew we would have a great return of investment. So I love that you have that proactive mentality of banking on listings, so that gives you consistency. So what would you say is you must have seen a lot of people coming like ourselves coming in and out of reselling. What would you say is one of the things that has made you successful throughout the years at keep growing your reselling business?
The main thing is just consistency. You just have to be consistent, even when the lean times are are around. That's the best time to just, like people say, talk about the summer slowdown. That's the best time to just get your listings because you have time to do it.
Yeah.
And it's a numbers game when it comes to reselling. So basically, the more you can get up in those times when it seems slow and you're gonna die and you want to quit, just keep on listening.
Yeah.
And then when the better times come, you'll have things out there for people to see and purchase from you. And so I found that I just consistency every day. I make sure that I list something every day.
Yeah.
And as a business, you're going to have to learn that you have to do more than maybe 2 things a day. So you have to,
Yeah.
and it's very helpful and quick. Someone said to me, it takes them a long time to put a listing together. And I said, I don't find that the case for me because in List Perfectly, I'm using all the tools that they give me. I'm using the templates, I'm using the AI, I'm using the listing assistants, everything, and I can put together a listing in like 5 minutes, and
Yeah.
that's a long time for a listing in List Perfectly. And
Yeah.
then when I cross post, the cross posting goes so quick, then I'm ready. I can work on something else. So it's all about saving time. So List Perfectly is basically it's a very good time saver when it comes to that, and I can get more things up, especially when it's slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So consistency is that's the one thing that will help to grow your business for sure.
Quick
Definitely.
question.
So,
Quick
oh,
question. eBay or Etsy, Liz?
eBay.
Oh, thank you.
well, I'm curious because early on, we talked about the fact that you were a part-time reseller on Amazon and then you transitioned to full-time. Can you tell us a little bit about, A, what made you transition, and B, how you did it?
Well, I kind of did it slowly, and looking back, it was like I was doing it. I didn't really know I was doing it. Because I've been an entrepreneur for a long time. I actually was a virtual assistant not even in the reselling business. I was doing administrative and bookkeeping services
Oh,
for
wow.
small
Yes, I
business
forgot
owners.
about that. We were talking about, you gave me some great tips about bookkeeping. Thank you. I forgot, Liz.
Yeah, and so I started that back in the 90s, and then I stopped and I went to work overseas as a subcontractor with the military for like
Thank you for
7 years.
your
And
service.
yeah, and then when I came back, and then that's when I started doing the Amazon. And I just, because I had yeah, I've always had like little side hustles. So I had a gift basket business that I wasn't doing anymore, but I had all the supplies.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna sell this stuff on Amazon. And I ended up selling most of the things I had on Amazon. They were
Nice.
in a storage room and I wanted to get rid of that storage room. And I brought it all to my house and stuck it in one of my bedrooms and I sold everything from there. And then I always like playing around with junk journals myself. And I said, you know what? I'm going to try to sell my junk journals. And I knew the best place to do that was on Etsy. And so that's when I opened up my Etsy shop and I started selling my junk journals on Etsy. And then I always had tons of, like, as you see, crafting supplies.
Yeah.
So I started selling the supplies that I was using because it was just sitting around here and I wasn't
Nice.
using it. So I started selling those, but the whole time I was still doing virtual assistant and I was also doing social media management as well
No
during
way.
that time. So I've done a lot, have had a lot of hats. And then once I started eBay, then I just kind of just dove into eBay and I kind of dropped the VA business and started doing the eBay business. And I've been doing it ever since. So I probably since 2018, I really started digging into
Oh.
eBay.
And did you have like a situation that was like, oh, I want to just sell full time, or something like that? Or was something like slowly that I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be doing this year, this, okay, my job, and then this on my whatever, eBay hustle or reselling hustle. Did you do it gradually, or were you like something like, okay, this is it, I'm gonna jump in?
It was, this is it, I'm gonna jump in. I was like, I'm gonna totally pivot and I'm gonna do it this way over here on eBay.
Gutsy.
Mhm.
Huh. Ooh, you did it the hard way. We call that cold turkey, okay?
That is the hard way. I would not recommend it, but I did it.
Wow.
Is that when you transition from the VA side of things? And so you just said, okay, I'm just going to focus on my own stuff and my own shops.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. It was just like that. I said, I don't want to do that anymore.
Oh,
I really enjoy doing the reselling piece, so that's what I'm gonna focus on, is doing the
Well,
reselling piece. And then but I will say it took me a while because I didn't understand the
yeah.
consistency part.
Yeah.
That part I didn't understand. It took me a while to understand that you need to be consistent in order to be successful doing
That's right.
reselling.
Yep.
If you can't be consistent, then you need another a side hustle,
Yeah.
yeah.
basically.
Would
No.
you, so I mean the VA, I'm knowing how hard you work and how deep you go into everything. I'm sure your customers were sad when you weren't doing their VA stuff anymore, but would you say that that was a good transition for you for
It was a good transition because it was basically I was working online. My customers, I didn't really I would say maybe 50% of my customers I met in person, but they were online customers, so I was kind of in the online realm doing the VA. So it was kind of a good transition doing the reselling. So it's almost the same kind of customer service, except for it's like retail customer service for the reselling part, whereas it was more of a service business when I was doing the VA.
Uh-huh.
So I kind of transitioned from service to retail, basically.
Wow. What a change. Kind of, yeah, no, it's kind of what I did. I went from services, banking, okay, to doing retail, the same with Amanda, because the kind of business that Amanda had at that time was one of a kind vintage clothing. And that for me was mind blowing to see the profit margins. But question, so Liz, I noticed that you sell a little of everything. How is sourcing for you, and how is for you when I notice that you can go from crafts to clothing to shoes, accessories to jewelry to a newspaper, a book, everything, even collectibles. Okay, so how is that going for you from sourcing and selling such a diversified array items?
Well, I will say I call myself an opportunist.
Ooh.
When somebody sells, what do you sell? I tell them I am an opportunist when it comes to selling. So I I know that you can niche down when it comes to reselling, but I'm kind of lazy and I don't want to work that hard. So it's easier for me to be an opportunist. I started out probably doing like more thrift stores, more estate sales, garage sales for sourcing. But as times have evolved, so has that type of sourcing. It's more expensive to go to a state sale now. And the thrift stores, they kind of have up their prices and things. And so now I have to find other ways to source. So I source on online auctions that way, and I source from other resellers as well. I've sourced online from eBay. You just have to, and then that also afforded me time to not be out running around looking for things. I've tried to find ways online where I can source the items that I'm looking for. So, and now since Terapeak is getting more useful to use, I'm able to use that to figure out items to source as well. So that what I really appreciated the piece that you all did on Terapeak. That I hope she comes on again.
Yes,
Comes
we're
on
talking
again.
about Shelly
Yes.
Ball in charge of therapy from eBay team. Thank you, Shelly. Thank you, eBay team, and incredible therapy. I have to say, I'm glad that eBay has worked on releasing more therapy features, especially when it comes to. Usually, we think of therapy, a price engine, but no, it's so much more than just a price engine. So I'm glad that you're mentioning that up. In case you're not taking advantage of that
Mhm.
incredible tool, go ahead and go play with Therapic when it comes for sourcing. It has different tabs, pricing, sourcing, etc.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
So
can even source from Amazon. So there's ways you can source. You just have to put your fillers out there and figure it out. So I'm always amazed when people say, I have listed everything I have and I don't have anything else. And I'm like, that is amazing. I don't think that will ever happen to me. I always,
so
I always have too much stuff and I know where I can get more stuff. So that's always nice.
you say you're an opportunist, but you do have a niche, right? That you focus on, or would you say, maybe not?
I don't think so. I don't think I really have a niche. I mean, I know a lot of people when they look at me, they say, "Oh, you do the craft things," but that's like such a small part of what I sell.
Oh,
I sell probably more vintage type of items.
huh.
I sell clothing, just like I said, anything I could find. I'm starting to dabble into a jewelry, and all of it is a learning experience. So,
Huh.
and I'm able to find, things at a low cost of goods. So, as my friend Jennifer would say, always says, that's your tuition. You pay your tuition to learn things. So
Yes.
I try to learn them at a low cost, and
Yeah.
then once I learn it, then I can, I can purchase higher items that will bring in more money.
Yeah.
So that's helpful. So I'm always learning things, but I sell shoes, I sell, ashtrays, I sell hair rollers, I sell bars of soap. Whatever it is, if there's an opportunity there to sell it, then I'm probably going to pick it up.
So Tracy say, can you explain what a junk journal is and how you sell them, please?
Basically, a junk journal. Well, first of all, of course, with anything like that, the people who junk journal, they know what it is. So you don't have to explain it to them, but it's almost like a scrapbook of sorts. So you can put anything in a journal, but it is you're basically recycling items, like things that people would think are trash. You would recycle that. Even like from fabrics, pieces, little pieces of lace. It might be something very small on my desk, like a post-it note that has like some writing on it, some scribble that the kids do. You can put that in your books, and just make it like really pretty. And I have like this big thing right here. This is one of my junk journals, and it
All
just
right.
has like, and it
Yes,
just,
I just was showing on Etsy. I just saw one. Okay.
yeah,
So yeah, there you have it on the video, and I'm gonna show the listing shortly. That's
yeah.
amazing, Liz.
So, and it's like real a lot of fun to just play with, and you can put like game pieces in it, and
Yeah.
just little pieces of maps, not even the whole page. Just you rip the map and you just glue it down. It could be like a glue book. It's just something to just keep your hands busy, and it's a form of art, really.
Incredible. I'm showing here your listings, how you have even tools for junk journaling, everything. You have the items, you have the tools, you have everything. Incredible.
And the beauty of it is I have two Etsy shops. So that's the junk journal shop, and then I have a vintage shop as well.
Smart lady
Hey,
there. Okay,
I was
another smart tip that we did with Amanda, myself also. Our customers told us, Clara, we don't want to see your cheap items when we're shopping for your
Hmm.
expensive items, and we have to create the vintage. We were doing great with the vintage ski clothing, but we couldn't put, and we were putting like for $150, but people didn't want to see it, so we have to create the vintage.
Hmm.
Winter vintage was in that. But yes, I cannot say another pro tip there. Like Liz said, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, junk journal is a small portion
It's
of,
a small
let's say,
portion.
profit of the portfolio of items that you offer. So I love how you diversified that passion that you have in its own store. What motivated you to do that, Liz?
Oh, I'm just an artsy kind of person to begin with. I do all kinds of like crafting and art things, like from painting to the junk journals, and I'm making a quilt now, just all kinds of things. And I always suggest to people, if you're that type of person, or if you make anything, just think about selling the tools that you use, or the supplies rather. You can sell the supplies. I had a friend that does woodworking, and I was like, what do you do with that sawdust when you're done? She says, I throw it away. And I told her, don't throw it away. You can sell that sawdust. So that's
Yeah,
one of her products. So it's now a product in her shop now. She
yeah,
sells salt. People actually buy that. And if you sell on eBay, people buy anything.
anything.
So I literally sell trash on eBay, and people buy it.
And that's
So
how I met Amanda. She was selling a Ralph Lauren vest that had a hole in the chest. And I came from banking. I was like, and she shows me that she sold it for $200. And was like 14 years ago, Liz. And all I could see was something worn with a hole, right?
yeah.
And I'm like, Amanda, you're going to get in trouble for doing that. That's called fraud. And she's like, no, 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 no. Let me show you. I have pictures. Okay. And then you could see Amanda putting the face of the size of the face size hole in the chest. And then I saw it, how bad she repaired it. Okay. Amanda cannot do sewing for nothing. And I saw
my
how bad
forte.
she repaired it. And then she got a 5-star review. And the guy told her, oh, thank you. This was the best that my wife and we got engaged with 10 years ago. I've been looking for this best for years. And I was like, okay, I'm in the wrong piece. Bye, banking. Hello, online selling.
Well, and that's the good thing about eBay. I always say, it's like, where else can you sell broken stuff? You can sell broken things legally, and
Yep.
people buy them, and they're happy to get them on eBay. So that's a wonderful thing. So every time something broken that I sell, I'm always surprised, and I'm always happy and appreciative at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. Red Nose Pit, I love it. Okay, since you define, Liz, seeing things as an opportunist, what parameters do you use to define a great opportunity?
That's a very hard question. That would be something I would have to really think about.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the way that I source changes depending on my situation or whatever. Like when I first started doing auctions, I was thinking I don't want to just buy like one item at a time. If I could get like a whole lot of things in a box at a time,
Yeah.
then that's a parameter right there. If I'm going to do an auction, I'm going to bid on things where I'm going to get lots of items and not just, one item at a time. So that's a parameter if I'm doing that. If I'm going to, like a thrift store, maybe I'm just looking at certain items or I'm keeping my eyes out for certain things. It really evolves and it changes depending on the situation when it comes to being an opportunist. It's like especially if you've sold an item before, you
Yeah.
always want to be on the lookout for that item again, or you can actively seek it out as well.
Yeah.
So that would be a parameter. Like I've sold, like, if I sold like a mechanical pencil and I know I got like $30 for it, I'm going to be looking for that item. So maybe I'm going to go on eBay and try to find that pencil that somebody's selling for cheap. They don't know what they have and
Yeah.
pick it up that way.
Yeah.
So you just have to kind of evolve when it comes to that.
That's right. That's right. Because you never know what situation is that person, and they need quick cash. And that's what the beautiful definition of capitalism is. Okay.
Hmm.
Some people might put it for $100, others for $30, just because they want to get rid of downsize in the house. You never know. So that was a good, very good question. I really love this. It's time to, we're coming almost to the end. That is time for our amazing Snoop Doggy to join us. Bye.
Yes.
As usual, my timing was slightly off, but I'm back. So that was great. Thanks,
Uh-huh.
Amanda. Thanks, Liz. That was great. Covered a lot of stuff, as we know. I did take notes. Very interesting. I loved a lot of what you said again about being an opportunistic seller and sourcer. That was great. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, 30% off with discount code PC Goods. And just, yeah, I loved you talking about eBay listing party. Obviously, List Perfectly came up in your love for List Perfectly, your VA experience, social media management. We didn't know that.
Yeah.
Community arts and crafts. And I like learning about
Yeah.
junk journals as well. I need one for all of my old Post-its. Yeah, snippets of stuff that would be cool.
Kimberly says, "Who that?"
Yeah. I do have. I mean, I have a little book of a lot of my old concert ticket stubs, and I think that would be fun. Maybe to put in a
Yeah.
play.
Yeah, because you do even like a
Wow.
scrapbook, so that would be perfect for that.
Wow.
Well, thank you for that. I wish I'd made notes on the specific shows, but some memories I have. But
Yeah.
yeah, that was a great episode. And thanks everybody for participating in the comments. And again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and then if you wanted to share, you could tell your friends that this great conversation with Liz Hall is archived on the List Perfectly YouTube page. You can watch it anytime you want or
That's
rewatch it. We don't know.
right.
But yeah, thanks everybody. And don't forget Posh Fest in Nashville, Tennessee. That's exciting. I've never been to Nashville either. Claire and I will go out line dancing.
These boots are made for walking. Okay.
Or we will karaoke. We'll karaoke these boots were made for walking, which I did once in a country bar and was almost killed. Another time I was in Alabama and I played Sweet Home Alabama over and over in the jukebox, and they knew it was me. So I might have so you're all everybody's lucky that I'm here today.
I'm just saying, can you imagine me singing that with my accent? No, 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 no.
I think we need to make that a reality.
All inclusive. I love it.
Well, all right. So let's do, as Clara said, we give away List Perfectly, so we can give away 3 months to someone who is new to List Perfectly. And again, as we say every week, don't try to fool us because we'll know. And if we don't know now live, we can tell when we look you up. So what's going to happen is if you are new to List Perfectly, you can we'll go to the bins in Nashville.
All right. Being shopping. We know what we're doing. That's it. We're going in, diving in.
Walkie talkies. So, and then of course it rolls over. So you have a couple options. You can choose to help out Liz PC Goods for a 30% discount, or we can give you 3 months to try any plan. Obviously, if you're going to go try something and like a car and drive it around the block, you want to get, if you could go for the Ferrari, go for the Ferrari. So go for the Pro plan, try out Pro Plus, see everything you're missing. I found another envelope full of concert ticket stubs last night. All right, Todd, we will take that discussion offline. Todd, curator of Thrift, is another big music fan that lives in California. All right, so if there are no new to List Perfectly members, I guess we will shut it down and let everybody start their weekend. But thanks, ladies. Another great episode. And thanks so much, Liz, as well. Great having you. Always great seeing you. And learned a lot today. We're gonna work on
everybody.
And I want to let everybody know before we go that you can have a conversation with Liz in Listing Party. She's there. She's super helpful. She's super friendly, and we love you, Liz, and we thank you so much. And join us all in Listing Party.
All right, sounds good. All right, thanks everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening, and we will all see you next week, and then on the many lives that we have all the time. And again, don't forget to check out Listing Party if you have not done that. The Seller Community Podcast at thesellercommunitypodcast.com, the List Perfectly Facebook group at facebook.com/group/list perfectly. And all these resources we put out there are a lot of them are free to you, and it's not just List Perfectly related. We talk a lot about all the platforms, all that. We are from resellers for resellers. So, all right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Bye.